They have to, get back to ground zero and look at why the numbers have started to be so unreliable. The president's right to call for new leadership. I think Erica is a terrific person, but I think that it's time for someone to get in there and fix this because these numbers are so crucial.
The White House doubling down after President Trump's decision to fire a top labor official, saying the Bureau of Labor Statistics needs to be, quote, cleaned up, calling the data on the jobs unreliable. For more on this and the new tariff rates that are expected to kick in this week, we say expected because you never know. We want to bring in Unleash Prosperity co-founder and former Trump economic advisor, the great Steve Moore. Great to have you as always, Kevin. Especially in studio. This is wonderful. Sorry to take you off the tennis court, but we're worth it. Let me ask you this. The president makes a decision to remove a top labor official following that perplexing jobs report. Yeah. Good move, bad move, and why do you think he did it?
Well, I don't think that this woman was political. I think she was calling the balls and strikes as well as she could. But Kevin Hassett is right that they're not calling the balls and strikes very well. Yeah. I mean, this was one of the biggest. I've been following these numbers for 30 years, Kevin. And this is one of the biggest. We're seeing this swaying of the numbers up and down, up and down. They are increasingly unreliable. And Kevin Hassett is also right that these are important numbers in terms of gauging the health of the economy. So something has to be done to fix the way that we are measuring how many jobs are created, because the numbers are not reliable right now.
Even the Wall Street Journal seemed perplexed at what happened there. And I must say, you make an excellent point. I've been watching these numbers for 30 years, and I've never seen anything like it. By the way, we've had all these revisions downward previous to the Biden numbers, and it just doesn't seem to make sense. And I'm trying to put a cap on it, and I just can't figure out why they're so wrong so often.
So I'll give you one hint to that, which is that I've taught my sources over at the BLS are telling me this is all survey. I don't want to get too much in the weeds, but they do surveys of businesses and households. I mean, who's working, how many people are you employing? And the response on these surveys keeps going down over time, especially post-COVID, especially because people have cell phones. They don't even know what people's phone numbers are. And so it used to be we had a high response rate. Now we have a much lower response rate, and that makes the numbers statistically much less reliable.
Meantime, I want to talk about tariffs. We know that the president giving some nations a bit of a break, Mexico in particular, but others having about a week to sort of get all the mechanics worked out. But Canada in particular, Steve, getting hammered. 35%, major trading partner. We're great friends and allies. And yet, boy, the president seems to have it out for Ottawa.
Yes.
Let me share his take on the negotiations with the Canadians. Get your reaction on the other side.
Pay a fair rate. It's very simple. They have been charging very, very high tariffs to our farmers, some over 200%. And they've been treating our farmers very badly. They've been treating our country very badly for years. And look, we like Canada. I love Canada. I have so many friends in Canada. But they've been very poorly led.
That's true.
Tell me why this is happening.
Well, Canada has had protectionist trade policies. We're supposed to have a free trade agreement with Canada, and yet what the president said is true, that they do, for example, our dairy products, sometimes they can put tariffs of over 100% on those. And so I'm sort of surprised that Canada has been so recalcitrant here. And let's get this deal done. I mean, it's in everybody's interest. You stop your tariff barriers, we'll lower our tariffs on you. I'm a big believer. This was the Reagan vision, that Canada, Mexico, and the United States should be one free trade zone. But as Trump is saying, they're cheating, and he's not going to take that anymore. So Canada is going to have to make some big decisions. They have to trade with the United States. I mean, Canada's whole economy is dependent on having access to our $20 trillion consumer market.
And our consumers are ready to obviously deal with Canada. We want their products.
We all love Canada.
Yeah, let's make a deal. Exactly. Real quick, 15% more or less seems to be the going rate for about everybody across the globe. Good number, bad number? What do you think?
It's too high. I mean, look, I'm a free trade guy, so I want it to be as low as possible. If we go to 15% and the rest of the world lowers their tariffs to 15%, that'll be, I think, beneficial. But if we're going to go, here's the thing I want to say. If we go to 15% tariff, then let's lower our corporate tax rate to 15% as a way to reward things that are made in America. What do you think?
I love that idea,
right.
and I'm all for it. Lower,
And
lower,
you know
lower.
who else is for that?
Who?
Donald Trump.
Well, and let's see if we can't get
There
there. Great to see you, Steve. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much.
Hey, it's Will Kane. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Kane podcast for full episodes right now.